First of all, I'd like to talk about the entire group. I really like the attitude. I like the way they come to work every day. I like the way they've handled themselves this off season, off the field, not getting in trouble, doing the right thing. We got some players that got a lot of experience in the group, so they've done a good job with the young guys that are just coming in, and being a leader. Chucky has been a big leader for us in the perimeter, and Jair is stepping up and becoming a leader. So that's one of the main things that you want to find out who's going to be your leaders in the back end.
So Peter Sermon's talked about how this defense is not going to necessarily have one set look. It's kind of like a fluid thing. What have you seen from like a scheme standpoint? Like, what would you classify your all's defense as right now?
Multiple.
There we go. That's what I was thinking.
We 4 down, we're 3 down. We're able to adjust our personnel when needed, and so that's a good flexibility to have in the defensive scheme.
So on your depth chart, it has the outside linebackers listed. They've got some safeties out there. Is that something where you coach with them still, or is that only like the linebackers coach?
No, the linebacker. Again, Coach Sermon is we call him the roam around coach. So where we need it, based on the scheme we're in that day, he'll take that particular position to do it. So that's how we handle things. So I'm definitely always in the secondary.
How do you feel about the Tax Boys nickname?
I told the guys right before the last workout this summer that they had, before they had a little time, that I was going to take them to dinner, so we all went to Red Lobster, and I said, we need to come up with a group name. And we were sitting in a restaurant, and they told me, they came up with the word Tax Boy. I said, what does that mean? And they tell you, you got to pay. You got to collect if they're going to throw the football and you're going to come across the middle, they got to make you pay. So they better live up to it.
Do you echo that same confidence that they've got as far as they're, no one's better than them at that position?
Again, this game is about confidence. And, there's never been a DB that hadn't been beaten. And have to understand that, they're going to give up plays, but, we can't give up big chunk plays. And, if they play with that mentality, then that confidence is what you want.
Do you approve of the nickname? Is that a good nickname in your mind?
Yeah. These young men that don't have a job, they don't know what tax really is. Wait till they get to April 15th in the future. But I thought it was kind of clever to come up with a name like that.
Yeah, April 15th, definitely the worst day of the year.
No doubt.
Yeah. So Jair, obviously the leadership and whatnot. What's he like to deal with?
Jair is a great temperament young man. He's always even keeled, and he can wrap it up when he get into a competition type setting, and but you just love him. He always smiling, he always bouncing around. He's a pleasure to coach.
We get that good vibe that he's just a big jokester. Is that what he's like also on the field?
I don't think he's more of a jokester. I think he's a competitor. I think if he could, he would talk mess all the time. We don't use that word, but Coach P don't allow. But I don't think he's a jokester, as in he's trying to be fun all the time. But I think he tries to keep the energy up in the room, which is great.
Position like the secondary, the cornerbacks, that's one that's most challenging on the field. What's it like for them to have that kind of swagger, that confidence that just kind of exudes out into the rest of the defense?
You're not going to be a very good corner if you don't have it. You can look from all levels, from the professionals all the way down to even high school kids. You put it on an island, pretty much all day, and if you don't have that confidence that you can do it, don't have that swagger, as they call it, it's going to be a tough day for you. So you got to have it if you're going to be a good DB.
But as much as Jair kind of chats, I guess we could say, is there a whiteout maybe that first with the pads on that really kind of started to go after him a little bit, trying to get into his head at all?
All the guys they all want to get him. So we did a drill yesterday, and they all want to hop in line when Jair's up there, and that's a good thing because he's going against the best we got, and they're going against the best that we have too. So we're making each other better, so that's a good thing.
With the secondary, the defense in general, how does it kind of start with the secondary, kind of locking it up in the back before you move up front? How important is that to get them going?
Again, we try to make sure our guys understand that we're just as important in the run as we are in the pass game. Maybe not the corners as much unless their formation dictated, but we want to stop the run first, but we definitely can't get with the pass play. So if it's a passing situation and you're playing pass coverage, we tell them you're responsible first for pass, and then we'll have the other guys stop the run. So sometimes they get nosy, but we got to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do all the time.
Speaking of stopping the run, when you have Lamar that you can go up against with that dual threat, and you have the spying and that sort of thing as far back as the secondary, how crucial is that?
Again, it's great, because you're not going to face another Lamar Jackson every day when you play. So to have to go get them every day in practice, we should be better in game competition just from doing that.
How's the competition at the quarterback position so far been?
You know, it's been good. You know, we feel like we got potentially 5 guys that we got trust that can go in and play with Jair and True and Sturge Hill, and then Rush, Yeast, and then Ronald Walker. So, you know, those 5 guys has done well. We still got a lot that we can get better at, but, you know, we feel like we got 5 guys who can play.
And what's the biggest difference going to be from last year's secondary to this year's secondary?
You know, I don't know because I wasn't here last year. You know, I'm excited about this group of guys. You know, again, I think they got businessmen like work ethic, and they want to work every day to get better. And if they keep that up, if we can hold that, sustain that through the season, then I think we'll have a decent secondary.
And what's it like to come in and inherit a group like Jair Alexander, like guys that have that experience? What's that like to come in? Does that make it a lot easier for you transition-wise, and how have they done so far transitioning to
It makes your job easier when you're teaching because they have a lot of experience. Even though the system is different, you still have guys that have played a lot of football plays, and a lot of things most times is just the knowledge of the what someone calls something, but it's still the same technique. So that carryover is big for, you know, I think any new coach that are coming in if we got experience coming back.
Thanks, Coach.